I am the president and founder of Growing Greener Innovations, and we specialize in building battery energy storage systems. So in particular, we do a lot of things that range all the way from small portable units that can be carried by individuals for their own individual need, all the way up to doing energy efficiency systems for industrial clients. I think I wanted to be an entrepreneur for multiple reasons. I think in theory, I like the idea of the autonomy that comes with being an entrepreneur. In reality, that means you work 24/7. But even more so, I think when I found the initiative for the business that I run, I was really compelled by the cause behind it. Behind it all, there is a really big global problem that's called energy poverty. We tend to just not realize that most of the world does not have electricity or has very minimal access to it. As an LGBT plus entrepreneur, I think some of my biggest challenges has come from traveling internationally. While we certainly have made great grounds here in Canada in particular, we tend to forget that much of the world is just not here yet. When I've traveled to other parts of the world, I face a lot of hostility. Tech in particular is an industry that is heavily dominated by the straight white guy. And that's not to give those fellows a hard time, but it does mean that as a woman and an LGBT plus entrepreneur, sometimes it's hard to get through those doors. A lot of times people assume that the owner or the technical person is one of my staff and not me. To be honest, I think the CGLCC has been the most supportive group we've worked with, and we've made the most grounds as a business through their efforts. So their connection and help with trade missions that are LGBT plus oriented, connection to supportive corporate companies that support supplier diversity. I think the certification process and its value with CGLCC it's hard to put into words. We're starting to see more and more companies across Canada, big and small, start to recognize that a supply chain that is predominantly, and in most cases, 90% plus dominated by straight white men is something that isn't sustainable for our economy. It isn't sustainable for our country. So as that continues to move, it's a great opportunity for small businesses to get the introductions to the right people. And so many of them are really, really out there to help. We sometimes forget, because we've made a lot of progress in terms of our civil rights and things like that the fight is done. There's a wonderful, wonderful speaker who I think summed it up so well at one of the LGBT conferences I attended. And she said, if you're fighting to get there, to get to the table, to get that seat, and you finally get there and you look behind you and there are people still climbing, what you've achieved is not equality, it's privilege. And it's so important to recognize the difference, because the fight isn't done until we all have a seat.